Hello, welcome. We're excited you're joining the Running Start program in North Seattle College. This video will outline some important facts about enrolling in classes as a Running Start student. We'll cover where to find our academic calendar, and we'll also help prepare you for your group registration session. Before we cover the details of registration, there are several important things that all Running Start students need to be aware of before starting their time as a Running Start student. Firstly, the grades that you'll be receiving in your Running Start classes will be a part of your permanent college transcript. They'll also be documented on your high school transcript. Your college transcript will be part of your journey in higher education from now through the time that you finish your PhD. So it's really important that Running Start students reach out and connect with student support resources during their time at North Seattle College, and also reach out to the Running Start advisors if they need more help or support in being successful in Running Start. FERPA is the acronym for the Family Educational Right to Privacy Act, and it prevents college staff, including your Running Start advisors, from talking with anyone but you, the student, about your progress in our program. We're unable to share any information such as grades, attendance, if you paid for your class fees with anyone but you, unless we have written consent from you to do so. When you're in senior year, you must complete any high school graduation requirements that you're planning to take in Running Start by the end of winter quarter. If you leave a high school graduation requirement to spring quarter, which runs from April through June, the grade for your spring quarter class won't be released until after you should have graduated from your high school. And this can obviously create issues with your high school graduation timing. Running Start will cover the cost of the amount of credits that is listed on your enrollment verification form by your high school counselor. And I'll talk more about that in a moment and show you where you can find that. You, the student, are responsible for paying for any credits that you register for that exceed the maximum listed on that enrollment verification form. You'll also be responsible for paying for class fees, books, and supplies each quarter. If you're eligible for free reduced lunch in your high school, then Running Start will cover the cost of those class fees. We will loan you your textbooks each quarter, and we will cover the cost of any additional credits you choose to take that exceed your maximum provided by the high school. Your high school and the college are on different calendars. Semester 1 for high school starts early September. North Seattle College doesn't start fall quarter until September 27th. Our holiday breaks don't align and our terms start at different times. So please be aware of these differences, especially if you're taking classes both at your high school and in Running Start. It is possible to be enrolled concurrently at 2 different colleges' Running Start programs. If you plan to enroll at 2 different colleges while participating in Running Start, please chat with a Running Start advisor so that we are aware and we can advise you on how to enroll at the other college. The picture here is of your enrollment verification form. This is the form your high school counselor would have helped you fill out as part of your Running Start application. You can find on this form the maximum number of credits allowed in the Running Start program for fall quarter, and it also lists the recommended classes that your high school counselor would have discussed with you. You need to fill out a new one of these forms every quarter for every new registration period in order to enroll as a Running Start student. We'll send a new copy of this form to all students by email when a new registration period is approaching. So for example, to register for winter quarter, which starts in January, we will email all of our students with a new form and directions on getting this form completed in early November. You'll be registering for your fall quarter classes during a group registration session on Zoom. If you need to drop a class during fall quarter, you can do this up until the 10th day of the quarter. So for fall, that's October 8th. And if you do it by the 10th day, it won't show up on your transcript at all. After the 10th day of the quarter, you have until the end of the 8th week of the quarter to withdraw from a class, and that will put a W on your transcript, but it won't affect your GPA. North Seattle College is hosting an all-student orientation in late September, and the Running Start program will also provide Running Start specific onboarding sessions in mid to late September. Details will be sent by email to all of our new students in early September. Our academic calendar is available online for the entire academic year. The pathway to the academic calendar is listed here on this slide. You can also just search it in Google by typing in Seattle College's academic calendar. And it provides information on everything from the last date of the quarter to when grades post, any days the campus is closed for holidays. So it's a really good resource to review. In order to register for fall quarter classes, you will attend a group registration session held via Zoom starting in late May, and those sessions run all the way through the end of June. After June, students will meet one-on-one with a Running Start advisor for registration assistance instead. The sessions are 30 minutes long and we'll give a brief demo of how to register, followed by time for you to register yourself. And then you'll meet with a Running Start advisor one-on-one in a Zoom breakout room to individually answer any questions you have, and we'll also confirm that you're registered for the correct classes. For the group registration session, you will need to have your enrollment verification form, which we often refer to as an EVF, your CTC Link ID number and password. I'm going to switch screens here so I can demo how you'll activate your CTC Link account. And that's where you're going to create your CTC Link password, which you'll need for the group registration session. Okay. So you should see North Seattle College's website right here. And I'm going to reference this website a lot in the next few minutes when talking through how to activate your CTC Link account, and also how to search for classes for fall quarter. So before coming to our group registration session, you need to visit northseattle.edu, and then on the top bar where it says students, you're going to go ahead and click. And then it will load all of these icons that take you to different resources at North. To activate your CTC Link account, you're going to click on the top left icon that says CTC Link. And then because you haven't been in CTC Link before, like this is the first time you're activating the account, if you go down to the bottom of the gray box, there'll be a link to first time user. You're going to click first time user and then fill in your personal information, first name, last name, date of birth, and then you're going to type in your CTC Link ID number here, which you would have received from our admissions office when you applied to be a North Seattle College student. Once you click submit, you'll be sent to the secondary page, which asks you to create a password and security questions. And then once you submit your password, a pop-up box will appear and you can read that information, click OK, and be sure to save your password somewhere as you'll need it to log into CTC Link in the future. I go back to northseattle.edu here. And step by step on how to activate your CTC Link account can be found at this link right here at the top of the screen in the light green. So if you click activate your CTC Link account today, there's a step-by-step PDF and also a YouTube video that goes in depth about how to activate your account, which I just briefly covered. So now your CTC Link account is activated. You'll be using those credentials that you just created to log into CTC Link and search classes in preparation for our group registration session. Before we dive into CTC Link, I wanted you to click on students again. I just want to demo the difference between CTC Link, which is showing right here, and the class schedule. So both CTC Link and the class schedule are places where you can search and register for classes. The class schedule is a little more user-friendly, but it's been experiencing some registration glitches. So I'd recommend searching for classes in the class schedule. But when you come to the group registration session, we're going to be directing you on how to register for classes through our CTC Link portal. But we're just going to pop over to the class schedule right now so I can show you what it looks like. So I'm going to click there. You'll also hear this referred to as the mobile version of CTC Link, even though you can access the mobile version on your desktop. So it can get a little confusing. So you'll probably be directed to the class search. Let me expand my screen because it'll look a little different. There we are. So this is the screen that you'll probably see if you're on a desktop looking at the class schedule. It's going to default to our current quarter, the one we're currently in. So right now it's defaulting to spring 2021. You're going to want to change that to fall 2021. And then you can select a subject from our subject drop-down menus. These are all the subjects we're teaching in fall quarter. And an important thing to note is that some of these subject areas have two different options. So for example, you can see here that there's English and then there's English CCN. The CCN stands for Common Course Numbering, and that means that you'll see the same course number across any two-year college or community college within Washington State. So if you're looking at classes at Bellevue College, the same course numbers will appear at Bellevue as they will at North if you're looking under CCN. If you're looking for a specific class, it's always best to check both of these areas to see where that specific class populates. For Running Start students, a lot of students will take English 101 in the fall, and that's going to be under English CCN. So I'm going to just search. All your English 101 options populate here. And then the same for history. A lot of Running Start students will take history in the fall with us, and those classes can be found under history CCN, the ones that satisfy 11th grade Seattle Public Schools and Shoreline School District. High school graduation requirements can be found under the CCN option. So we're going to head back to the main CTC Link site. It's going to be under students again. And then CTC Link. And I recommend bookmarking these pages so you don't have to go through this pathway every time. And then you're going to log in with those credentials that you created when you activated your CTC Link account. Okay, once you're logged in here, you should see the icon for North Seattle College. And then you're going to click on the gray bar here to student homepage. And then this page, which is redirecting us to, is a super awesome resource. There's a lot of things that you can do within CTC Link here. So it will show if you have any messages waiting from you. So the college will send messages and they will be in your message center here. You can also check any grades from previous quarters you have completed at North under academic records. You can update your personal information under your profile, which includes setting up a preferred name. So if you have a preferred name that is different from your legal name, you can set that up in profile here. And then to prepare for registering for classes, we're going to be heading into this Manage Classes section. If you are a currently enrolled student at any of the two-year colleges in the state, your current class schedule will populate, but most of you should see nothing on this first landing page as you're a brand new Running Start students. To prepare for fall quarter registration over here on the left-hand side of the screen, we're going to click Class Search and Enroll. And then because CTC Link is used by most two-year colleges across the state of Washington, you need to scroll down to fall 2021. We want to make sure we're looking at the right quarter when we're trying to figure out our class schedule. And then you need to find North Seattle College, which will be coming up shortly here. There we are. And click on that. Now, right now, this page is populating with things that I've recently viewed and favorites, but you won't see anything here. You'll just see this search for classes toolbar. And you're going to type in this search bar one of the classes that your high school counselor is recommending that you take on that enrollment verification form. So for example, I'm using English. This search bar works better if you just type in the subject area and don't try and put in any ampersands or any class numbers. So I'm just going to search English, and then the system is going to pull up any class that uses the keyword English. Just give it a second. Awesome. Okay. So there are a bunch of classes you can see here that use the Keyword English, we are specifically looking for English 101. If you click anywhere on this bar, it's going to then narrow your results to any of the English 101 classes that are available for fall quarter. So you can see here that there are several options. In fact, there are 25 options for fall quarter registration. And for fall 2021, we have 3 different types of classes that we're offering. So you can determine what type of class this English 101 class is by looking in the room column. So I'm just briefly going to go over all of the 3 different types. You'll be able to see at different points when you're searching in our class schedule. So if a class is listed as online, that means this class is asynchronous. It has no live instruction. The dates and times will say to be announced, but this is misleading. There will be no dates, there will be no times. It's fully remote, fully online. And what you will do as a student is you'll log into our online learning platform every day. Just as a motorcycle is going by. So you'll log in to the online learning platform every day at a time that works for you and work through the course material. The second class that's showing here has a lot of jargon. It starts with NS though, and that's a big indicator. So this means North Seattle College, and this is an actual classroom class number. So this class is happening in person on campus at North Seattle College during these dates and times. So Monday and Wednesdays from 11 to 11:50. So this is an in-person class. If you're interested in in-person classes, you must be able to attend during the dates and times that are listed. And then there will be appropriate health and safety protocols put in place, or they are already in place. They will be provided to students, and students will get instructions on the health and safety protocols they would need to follow if they plan on participating in an in-person class. You won't see too many in-person classes, but there are a couple of options in some of these class areas. And then the final option is what we call virtual. So a virtual class is fully online, but is synchronous with live instruction via Zoom during these dates and times that are listed here. So this is for folks who want to stay fully remote, but also appreciate having live instruction with an instructor and interacting with their classmates. So you're going to be online for this class, but you're going to need to be available, for example, here on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7:15 to 7:50 to log onto Zoom or whatever other video platform they're learning through and participate in class that way. So as a student, we're asking you to review your class options, write down a couple of your top choices so you know what classes to register for during the group registration session. And in the group registration session, we're going to direct you to this page, and there will be at that point in time an arrow at the end of each of these rows. And we can progress with registration through the system by clicking on the arrow of the class that you're interested in taking. Right now, because registration isn't active, there's no arrows and I can't really go further in this demonstration to show you what we'll do next. But during our group registration sessions, we'll demo the next steps for you. So once you've done that with one course, you would follow the same steps with your other course. Perhaps you know that you need to take American government, and so you're going to put in political science in the search bar, see what classes are being offered for political science, and then write down 1 or 2 that would work for your class schedule. And so you're ready and you're prepared for the group registration session. Awesome. Okay. So in preparation for your group registration session, you will need to activate your CTC Link account so that you create a password you can use to access the registration portals. You're going to need to gather your enrollment verification form, your CTC Link ID number, and keep that password nearby so you'll be able to log into everything you need to during that session, and you would know what classes your high school counselor has recommended. And then you will review your class schedule, figure out what classes you'd like to register for, know that there'll be a college orientation and more information from Running Start to come in September. We'll go into the nitty-gritty about how to find your textbooks, and if you are coming to campus, where your classes are located and those types of things. And in order to sign up for your group registration session, there is a quiz that was sent to you in the email that you received this video link in. So when you got the email with this video link, there would also be a link to the quiz. You need to complete the quiz, and once you submit it, the pop-up that says you've successfully submitted your quiz will include a link to our Sign Up Genius, and that's where you're going to sign up for a registration appointment that works for you. Our contact information is on our website, northseattle.edu/running-start. If you have any questions and you'd like to chat with us, feel free to reach out to us via email or phone. Looking forward to seeing you in a group registration session.